Hey, what's happening, family? It's your man, Mark Black. Got your morning, Joe. Got mine. Hey, before I get started, I just want to give a special shout out to my brother in Florida, brother Shabazz. Thank you for the lovely tip, gift, donation via Cash App. Remember, family, if you like what I'm doing and you want to support, offer up some remuneration. Check the links in the description field of every video. I have links there to my Cash App, PayPal. You can also pick up your cup. Again, going to do a review on the cup when mine arrives. So I make sure you guys get a nice little view of it and see what it's looking like, all right? So make sure you support your interests. The topic I want to talk about today is pretty simple. Motherfuckers who talk about we, but walk about me. What gave me the inspiration for this topic, believe it or not, has been a lot of the conversations that we've had recently as ADOS family. Ever since I did my final broadcast where I basically, told everybody who the interested parties are. Remember, ADOS family, the white folks that we might necessarily need to discuss business with, and our allies. And that's it. And that's all, right? Ever since then, I have made it a point not to talk about anything except what relates to us directly, all right? So I've been having some great conversations on my Discord. By the way, if you're not on my Discord, you fucking failing. Links in the description. Also via Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Now, one of the things that I consistently see, and I'm thinking that it's not necessarily so much a bad thing, just more along the lines that this type of unity, this type of coming together, these types of discussions and conversations are still kind of new to us, is that you have this overwhelming swell of support for the idea of ADOS. But after people express their support for ADOS, what ends up happening at that point is they start talking about what they want. And I get it, right? We struggling out here. We live in the richest country on the planet with no fucking resources. Consistently, every day, we trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Shit, with inflation, we actually trying to make $1 out of 5 cents. So I get why people have their personal interests aligned with our collective interests. This is actually a beautiful thing in a lot of ways because it's some of that that's actually going to keep people motivated, right? You're asking people essentially to do something that is unnatural for us American descendants of slaves, and that is to work to basically produce things around our common goals, our common interests. But don't forget, we still have a big ass party or subsect of our community that is on this aspirational bootstrapper mentality. The idea that if we just work harder, if we be more respectable and so on and so forth, that great things are going to come to us. They still believe in the idea of what's referred to as the just world hypothesis, that if you do good things will come to you. And if you do bad things will come to you. Well, I can tell you for a certainty after 46 years on this little blue dust ball that the just world hypothesis is bullshit. Bad things happen to good people. Sometimes you do all the right in the world. You work your ass off and you just don't make it. Sometimes motherfuckers that you don't sit around on their ass, don't do shit, lazy as fuck, hobosexuals, you know what I'm saying? Get a come up. They bubble, they rise. We see it all the time. People that don't fucking deserve the chances and the shots they get. And they get it. Why? Because sometimes the world just works out that way. So when you see us gathering with each other, a lot of the times you're going to hear people talking about their own personal experience. And again, nothing necessarily wrong with that. But what I'm referring to is these folk that look at the ADOS evolution, because I don't like to call it a movement. It's an evolution. It's a sea change, a transformational moment. Who look at this transformational moment as an opportunity for their own come up, right? And believe it or not, this whole notion of that has been extant in how we do things since before this thing became a topic of conversation. Think about it. Look at a lot of our relationships, right? Our love relationships, for example. You ever stop to think, brothers, how a lot of the interactions that you have with the sisters in your life and the things that they demand from you and so on and so forth are directly representative of the fact that they haven't gotten their due? So in a sense, they're kind of trying to use you as their reparations, right? They're trying to demand your resources, your time, your energy, your utility as a replacement for the reparations that they're due, right? So think about this. You're going to have a lot of people who get on board with this ADOS thing, they're hyped for it, and they should be. It's the greatest chance, the greatest opportunity that we've had in generations to be able to actually do something that moves the needle, that transforms everything that we know. But I have to warn you, as your brother and someone who loves you, that this idea of talking about we so you can benefit you is not going to fly. Don't forget, us fighting and advocating for our due, and the day we get it, that's only the beginning. It is going to take our collective effort, the best minds that we have available, to maintain the shit, right? If they cut niggas checks tomorrow, great. So now we got checks. What does that mean for 2 generations, 5 generations, 10 generations from now? Getting our due is actually the easy part. Believe it or not. It's keeping it, maintaining it, allowing it to accumulate and grow and be sustained. That's going to be the tough part. And that's going to take collective effort. That is going to take a commitment from you and from me to work together. ADOS is reaching across all social classes, all political classes, all, religious classes or religious groups, and so on and so forth. And this is an amazing thing. But we have to maintain that collective spirit, that collective energy. You just looking for this movement to be your personal come up, you using the hashtag to just sell your products. No, don't get me wrong. If you're an advocate, muzzle not the ox while they tread in the grain, okay? I expect people to be able to be compensated for the time, the efforts, the energies, and all of that. But if you're looking at this as just your opportunity to finally get what you think you deserve, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. ADOS is not your personal come up. It's your heritage. It's your lineage. Anything we gain as a collective is going to have to be sustained and maintained as a collective. Otherwise, you're just the lone wolf out here. And you know what happens to the lone wolf when winter comes, right? That's all I wanted to say on it, family. I love you guys. Enjoy your day. Be safe out there. And until the next time I see you, I want to wish you love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to our people.